Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Coffee with Katie. And my Valaris City of Starlight mug today. Today's video is going to be a little bit different for me. So it's going to be kind of a themed sort of recommendations video, but I am just kind of in the mood. Summer is my favorite season and it always seems so short and I get really sad when it's over. But now we're like almost into October. I'm trying to get into just seasonal fun things, kind of dampen the disappointment of summer being over. So I'm trying to get into like the spirit of fall and fall books. And I just had this idea of going over, this isn't like an anticipated releases video because it's kind of a mixture of things, but talking about kind of fall themed books or books that have like a fall or autumnal vibe. And I just thought this would be a cute little video. So it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's fall book recommendations because a lot of these I haven't read. They just are fall themed and cute. A lot of these are going to be like more contemporary romances as well. But I just kind of wanted to do a little video on some fall themed books. So with that, let's just get into it. The first one I've talked about actually in an anticipated releases video, but it's Hopelessly Devoted by Audrey Goldberg-Rolfe. And this one is kind of like witchy. So these are more fall or witchy, not spooky necessarily. This one's kind of more witchy. So after the deaths of his parents, a witch returns to his spooky family manor and joins forces with his former crush when his parents' spirits warn them of a sinister threat in this witty and lyrical, unique rom-com in the vein of the Crescent Moon Tea Room and the X-Hex. Azrael Hart must be cursed. He's a witch twice named for the devil. He's making his way back to his family manor in Hallowcross after a failed screenwriting career. He's adopted a cat he's allergic to. If all of that is not enough, he's also forced to come face to face with his childhood best friend and former crush, Victoria, the bubbly girl next door that he lost touch with after an awkward incident in college. He has just been disowned by her parents for quitting business school and buying Azrael's late parents' hopelessly devoted tea shop against their wishes. Being cut off financially is one thing, but now Vicky also owes a lesser devil for the souls her parents promised him in exchange for her gift to summon the dead by touching something they treasured in life, destroying the object in the process. When spirits all over town, including Az's parents, keep warning them about a sinister threat, Vicky and Az are forced to combine their powers to save Hallowcross. But to do so, they must prevent her magic from immolating him after Vicky's devil places a curse on them to keep them from touching until she repays her debt. As they race against the clock to find clever ways around their curse, they find it increasingly harder to deny that they've been hopelessly devoted to each other all along. This one just sounds like kind of cozy, witchy fun, so I'm down for it. Like I said, this isn't my anticipated releases video, so I hope to get to it soon, but that one feels like a little bit more on the spooky, witchy side, but not really spooky. Anytime I'm doing fall recommendation videos or cozy recommendation videos, I have to include Welcome to Fae Cafe by Jennifer Kropf. If you've been on this channel, you know that I love this book. I talk about it a couple of times, but it's a very fun coffee shop fae adventure. It's book one in the High Court of the Coffee Bean, danger, kisses, and a whole lot of cookies. The main character, Kate, accidentally breaks fae law, and the fae prince, Cress, and his band of assassins come to kill her. And it's just like a fun... Like, it is adventurous and a little bit like, oh, you don't want her to die. And there are other elements of, like, protection involved. It's also just kind of funny and fun. And she's, like, trying to trick them and they're trying to trick her. But they're also just trying to kill her and she's just trying to open a coffee shop on her own. And it just becomes this, like, amalgamation of events that are just really entertaining. And because it's a coffee shop also, it gives you those kinds of vibes. So, absolutely read this. I love it and I want everyone to read it. Another one that I feel like I would be remiss to talk about if I didn't mention this in an autumn or fall video is An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. This has been out for a while, but when I read this, I was like, this is very fall. Like, they're in a forest, it's fall, autumn themed. I think it's like the autumn prince of the fae. Just very on brand. And I did really like it. And essentially there's a fae prince and he comes to get his portrait done by this artist, and she paints him, but she paints him with emotion, which is like illegal for the fae to be portrayed as having emotion, and so he comes and takes her, and he's trying to take her back to his kingdom, and the adventure goes from there. But I really liked this book. It definitely has like autumn leaves, that kind of vibe. The next one is called Fall I Want. These have so many puns in them. This one's by Lyra Parrish, and it says it's a Cozy Creek Collection, book one. Fall I Want is a feel-good, spicy, small-town romantic comedy with a billionaire who falls first and harder. Grab a pumpkin spice latte, a warm fuzzy blanket, and make your way down to Cozy Creek. Autumn, the broken-hearted billionaire, visits Cozy Creek to escape. I never expected to become his fake girlfriend or fall madly in love, but here we are. My first impression of Zane Alexander isn't great. The second is worse, but when he uses his powers of persuasion to get me to hang out with him, I can't say no. We quickly go from family strangers to flirty friends. When my ex returns, Zane flawlessly pretends to be my boyfriend to protect me. He's so good at it, I almost believe it. I don't know when our relationship moves from pretending to passionate, but I catch feelings. As our exes desperately crawl back into our lives like zombies, I realize there's only one man for me. And fall I want is him. And for Zane, everything changes the moment I see her. Autumn's enchanting gaze makes my heart race, so I push her away to protect myself. Immediately, I regret it. But when I find her standing in my haunted house, I convince her to be my friend. She begrudgingly agrees. As the leaves transform, the Cozy Creek's fall festivities come alive. Our playful charade blossoms into something more. The lines between real and pretend begin to blur, and I find myself falling under her spell. I should keep my broken heart in check, but instead, I fight for love that feels like magic. This woman is all I've ever needed, and fall I want. It sounds cute and funny and just like a cute little quick read, but I just think it's funny that they keep using fall. And speaking of Cozy Creek Collection 2, Fall at Once. This one also looks really cute by Nora Everly. Okay, I actually have a couple of books in this one, but just bear with me. So Fall at Once, swoony single dad firefighter needs my help, but he might be too hot for me to handle. I'm in Cozy Creek for 2. I think it means 2 weeks, 2 months, I don't know. To get over my breakup and help my grandmother run her bakery while she recovers from a sprained ankle. I am absolutely not here to fall in love, but my grandma's smoking hot firefighter neighbor keeps rescuing me. From the side of the road, from a tree, don't ask, and then finally from my ex with a steamy kiss in a bar. So when he needs my help, how can I say no? As a party planner, I'm the perfect person to step in and work with him on preparations for Cozy Creek's Fire Brigade's fall fundraiser. Sparks fly as we spend more time together, but we've both been burned by love before. I do my best to beat the heat, but then he kisses me for real, and I fall at once. I realize we might just be perfect for each other. Fall at Once is a part of the Cozy Creek collection, small town standalones in the steamy full-length romantic comedy. So apparently when I was looking at these, I just found a bunch of books in this series, but this one also sounds fun. I like that he's a firefighter. I think that would bring an interesting element to it. And I'll go ahead and talk about this one because it's also on the list, and it's also in the Cozy Creek collection, and it's Fall Too Well by Erin Branscombe. I like that it's a play on Taylor Swift lyrics too. Says, I should have married my childhood best friend, but I chose another man. Now I'm a single mom, back in my hometown trying to make ends meet, and my ex-bestie is my new boss. The moment our eyes meet, I know I'm the last woman on earth Nash McCready wants to see. Now we're forced to work together and face old memories I've avoided for years. Everywhere I look, he's there, and it doesn't help that he's the only man I've ever loved. I ignore him and the bubbling feelings for as long as I can, but fail. Lines are crossed, and we work on rebuilding our relationship and broken hearts. When I think we might actually have a chance at forever, my ex wreaks havoc on my life, sabotaging whatever he can. But Nash is there for me, saving me. Something he does fall too well. Fall Too Well is a second chance workplace romance in the Cozy Creek series that features a ranch life and a broody cowboy who only has eyes for her. So apparently I've just been interested in these books and just in this like fall mood. I can't help it. I don't know what it is, guys. I'm a mood reader, I suppose, but I try to control it. The next one is kind of fun. It's Love's a Witch by Trisha O'Malley. And it's Scottish. That's what makes me excited about it. Book 1 in the Scottish Charms series. And it says, Charmed meets the Pumpkin Spice Cafe in this cozy romantasy from Trisha O'Malley. She's hexed, he's vexed. And for Scotland's most magical small town, their feud might just spell disaster. Sloane swore she'd never return to Briarhaven, but with her 25th birthday looming, the day witches come into their magic, her grandmother summons her and her sisters back for one tiny task: break the centuries-old curse haunting their bloodline. Knox, Briarhaven's grumpy mayor, has worked tirelessly to make his town a haven for magical folk. The last thing he needs is a cursed McGregor wreaking havoc. Doesn't matter he once crushed on her. For the sake of Briarhaven, Sloane has to go. But magic has other plans, and in Briarhaven, love really is a witch. I love it. I'm just excited that it's kind of witchy, but it's also Scottish. Then we have Falling Like Leaves, Bramble Falls Book 1 by Misty Wilson. And this says Gilmore Girls meets Ginny Han in this autumnal teen rom-com about a city girl stuck in a quaint small town who must confront her future and her old flame while the town prepares for an annual fall festival. Anything that compares itself to Gilmore Girls is bad for me because it makes me want to read it. Alice has a lot of expectations for her senior year, but moving from Manhattan to Bramble Falls, Connecticut is not one of them. Yet in the wake of her parents' separation, that's exactly where she and her mother are headed. Bramble Falls might be charming, but it's also full of distractions, like local barista Cooper Barnett. Ellis's one-time best friend and first kiss, who has not only majorly glowed up, but wants nothing to do with Ellis. Then there's the Falling Leaves Festival, a month-long tourist attraction run by Ellis's aunt, celebrating everything autumn. The festival seems nice and all, but Ellis doesn't have time to be roped into her aunt's every enthusiastic planning. Dragged to each event, she can't stop bumping into Cooper, the one person she's hoping to avoid. But the longer she stays in Bramble Falls, the harder it is to pretend she's not falling for this town and the people in it. As her return to Manhattan gets pushed further and further out, Ellis is forced to confront exactly what she wants for her future and what that means for her present. I like that it's kind of like a teen rom-com and Gilmore Girls-esque. Seems fun. And this one I've kind of seen popping up. It came out last year, but it's been popping up as like a Barnes & Noble cafe book, and it's Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice by Katie Cicatelli-Kuch, I think is how you say her name. I like the cover on this one particularly. I like that they're holding coffee. I like the outfits. It's fun. And this one is also pitched for Gilmore Girls fans, and it says, Gilmore Girls fans, pour yourselves a hot cup of tea and get ready to fall in love with this cozy YA romance that will have you dreaming of autumn all year long. Fall is a big deal in Briar Glen, a quaint and charming village in New England. That's when tourists from all over the country descend upon the picturesque town to see the babbling brooks and colorful leaves while sipping hot chocolate or pumpkin spice lattes. But 16-year-old Lucy Kane hates the uber-popular PSL. She finds it overrated. I do too! Especially when you consider the fact that there isn't even pumpkin in it. Which is bad because she works at Cup of Joe, the local coffee shop her mom owns. Business at Cup of Joe hasn't been great in the off-season, but that's okay because it always picks up during the fall. Until Java Junction, a multinational coffee chain, opens across the street and makes things harder for the small shop. And to make matters worse, it turns out Jack Harper, the new kid in school, and Lucy's secret crush, is the son of the owner. Suddenly, fall doesn't seem like it'll be all it's cracked up to be. Will Lucy find a way to save her mom's coffee shop? It's coffee shop revolving too. Yeah, so I hate pumpkin spice lattes. I think they're actually super disgusting. Don't hate me. I just don't like them. I also don't like pumpkin, so it's not even the like spice but not pumpkin thing. I don't like any of it. I know, and I'm doing a fall video, but alas. I can like theming and not like flavors. And then there's The Heartbreak Hotel by Ellen O'Clover. I like that it's an Elvis song. A bed and breakfast for the brokenhearted might hold the key to another chance at love in this achingly hopeful debut romance. Louisa Walsh emerged from a tumultuous childhood with a degree in counseling, a wealthy boyfriend, and her sunny outlook on life mostly intact. Optimism is tested when she's dumped and left unable to afford her rent on their gorgeous house in the mountains of Colorado. Even with her life in disarray, Lou knows losing the one stable place she's ever called home is not an option. She asks her reclusive landlord, Henry Rhodes, to let her stay for free in exchange for renting out the house's many rooms as a bed and breakfast. She's shocked when he agrees to her terms, and even more surprised to discover Henry is a handsome 30-something veterinarian, with silver at his temples and sadness in his eyes. One who does not take it well when Lou starts marketing her B&B as a retreat for the recently heartbroken. But as the Comeback Inn opens its doors to its weary, hopeful guests, Lou and Henry find themselves dancing around both their undeniable connection and the closely held secrets that threaten to topple this fragile new start. A chance at love here could be too close to home. Or it could be exactly where their hearts finally heal. I love the whole idea of that. It sounds really interesting and fun for a contemporary romance. And then we have You Again by Kate Goldblack. This one is more coverly autumnal. I'm not sure about the story yet, but it says, can you stop hating each other long enough to fall in love? A commitment phobe and a hopeless romantic clash over and over again until heartbreak and unexpected chemistry bring them together in this clever enemies to friends to lovers debut romance. When Ari and Josh first meet, the wrong kind of sparks fly. They hate each other. Instantly. A free-spirited, struggling comedian who likes to keep things casual, Ari, sublets, takes gigs, and never sleeps over after hooking up. Born and bred Manhattanite, Josh has ambitious plans. Take the culinary world by storm. Find the one and make her breakfast in his spotless kitchen. They have absolutely nothing in common. Except they happen to be sleeping with the same woman. Ari and Josh never expected their paths to cross again. But years later, as they're both reeling from ego-crushing breakups, a chance encounter leads to a surprising connection, friendship. Turns out spending time with your former nemesis is fun when you're too sad to hate each other. As friends without benefits, they find comfort in late-night Netflix binges, swiping through each other's online dating profiles, and bickering across boroughs. It's better than romance. Until one night, the unspoken boundaries of their platonic relationship begin to blur. With sharp observations and sizzling chemistry, you again explores the dynamics of co-ed friendship in this sparkling romantic comedy of modern love in all its forms. Can totally be platonic friends, but that's like a kind of a fun story they're weaving. And then last but not least, let's talk about the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. This isn't new by any means. It came out last year, and I'm sure a lot of people have read it or talked about it. I read The Christmas Tree Farm by this author, and I wanted to kind of go back and read some of them, and I think the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore is fun because I love cinnamon buns and I love bookstores. Book 2 in the Dream Harbor series by Lori Gilmore. When a secret message turns up hidden in a book in the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, Hazel can't understand it. As more secret codes appear between the pages, she's decided to follow the trail of clues. She just needs someone to help her out. Gorgeous and outgoing fisherman Noah is always up for an adventure, and a scavenger hunt sounds like a lot of fun. Even better that the cute bookseller he's been crushing on for months is the one who wants his help. Hazel didn't go looking for romance, but as the treasure hunt leads her and Noah around Dream Harbor, their undeniable chemistry might be just as hot as the fresh out of the oven cinnamon buns the bookstore sells. It's a cozy romantic mystery that's fun. It's like a cozy mystery, but also romance. The tropes are opposites attract, small town, forced proximity, and he falls first. So I would like to give this a shot. I think a lot of these are just going to kind of be middle of the road, but fun and fluffy books, and I like those sometimes. So this one's definitely up there, and I love Cinnamon Bun so much. Well, that is my list of fall books that I've kind of come across and just been thinking about. If you want to leave a comment down below letting me know what you think of these, if you've read any of them, or if you have other fall recommendations for all of us in the comments so we can just continue to consume autumnal seasonal content. That would be great. And if not, leave me a coffee emoji for cozy vibes. But for now, that is it for today's video. Please like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time. Stay safe and caffeinated. Bye.